Hey guys, my name is Tuva Tayapran and I'm your real estate professional serving the Greater Toronto Area. In this video, I'm going to walk you through two major updates that have occurred in January 2018 that affect home buyers and sellers. And I'm also going to walk you through what's been happening in 2018 in terms of house prices. So let's get right into it. The first major announcement that occurred in January is the new mortgage stress test. Now this affects home buyers that are putting at least 20% down payment. Now let me explain to you how this affects home buyers. So let's go back to 2017 and look at a typical home buyer. Let's say that they're making about $100,000 in annual income. Let's say that they're carrying about $550 in debt. They want to put 20% down payment and they're looking at a mortgage interest rate of about 3.2%. Now this home buyer in 2017 would have been able to afford a home that's worth $709,000. Now this same home buyer, under the same income levels, same debt levels, with the new stress test now in 2018, will now afford a home that's worth $589,000. Now this is a reduction of 22%. Now this greatly affects the home buyer because they're not able to afford the same amount of loan that they would have otherwise. So the question is, how do home buyers go about this? There are a couple of ways that the home buyer can still afford a greater home. The first way is that they can increase their down payment. So if the home buyer is willing to put up a higher down payment, they will be able to afford a bigger home. Number two, if the home buyer is able to reduce their debt, such as credit card debt or even your car loan, this can greatly help with the bank in terms of them offering you a greater loan. Number three, you don't actually have to go with a bank. You can go with a credit union. Now, credit unions are not regulated the same way as the banks, so you can avoid these stress tests entirely. So the second major announcement affecting Toronto real estate in January 2018 is the new interest rate hikes from the Bank of Canada. Now, the Bank of Canada on January 17 increased their overnight rate from 1% to 1.25%. And then soon after, the big banks also increased their prime rate from 3.2% to 3.45%. Now what does this mean? This actually affects variable mortgage interest rates. So someone who's on a variable mortgage interest rate is now paying 0.25% more. Now you might ask, why is the Bank of Canada increasing interest rates? Well, in the Bank of Canada press release, they cited that strong economic growth through strong consumption growth as well as strong investment growth, resulted in them in increasing interest rates. Now, you might also ask, are there going to be more interest rates down the road this year? Well, the Bank of Canada didn't say if they're going to increase more interest rates later in the year, but they did say that certain economic news, such as NAFTA negotiations, may prevent them from increasing interest rates further. But I guess we'll have to find out. So, we do have some announcement on real estate prices in January from Toronto Real Estate Board, and so let me get right to it. So the average home, which is an average home in Toronto, is at $736,000 in January. Now this price is down 4% from last year. So you might ask yourself, is this good or bad? Well, I actually think this is not bad for the real estate market. Given all the mortgage stress test rules, the government intervention in terms of implementing a foreign buyer tax, all of that's been happening over the last year. And if we compare these prices to last year, January, where the market was actually doing well, and considering that we're only down 4%, this is actually not bad of a news. Now we do see some differences in home price growth and decline based on different home types. For example, if you look at condos, they're up 15% compared to last year, whereas detached houses are down 9% compared to last year. Now, if we look at actual sales transactions were actually down 23% compared to last year. And they were down all across the board, whether it's condos, townhomes, semi-detached, or detached homes. If we look at new listings, on the other hand, they were up 17%. Active listings were up over 100% compared to last year. What does this tell us? Well, sellers are trying to put their house on the market, but they're not actually getting them sold. This has resulted in the average days on market to be about 32 days compared to last year, which was about 19 days. So, What does this mean for the rest of the year? Well, we'll have to find out. Is this stalemate between sellers and buyers going to continue, or are we going to have more sales transactions for the rest of the year? And how will home prices rebound after or get affected by the new mortgage stress test? It's only been a month, so we'll have to find out next month or perhaps in March. Stay tuned.